starting to get strung out a little bit. That's good news for Steele. He can pick these guys off one at a time. But he lost a lot of distance on the leader.
33 laps or 20 minutes to go in this ARCA race that begins Stock Car Racing's All-Star Night.
If they should go the distance, we just completed the halfway point.
That's Jason Jarrett in '67. Ran some Busch races and now has found a home this year in the ARCA series.
And Darrell, guess who his crew chief is? Red Farmer.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
been racing longer than you and I have been around together.
Red Farmer is 75 years old and still races a dirt car.
There's a bunch of Jarretts. There's Uncle Glenn. There's Granddad Ned, two-time Winston Cup champion. And you saw his father Dale Jarrett, who will be very busy later on in this All-Star Night.
And I'm just guessing that he's 75. He might be older than that. I'm not sure. But
I know he was racing around Birmingham when I was born.
Well, he was racing in Nashville before I ever started racing in Nashville. But smart man and a great driver in his time.
Yes, and still driving. Told me about going to run a dirt track race here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he loves to run those dirt cars.
Yes. Stuart Kirby at second place. What a young phenom he's been this season, and only his third ARCA start here.
And look at that, just as smooth as silk. Kid is holding a pretty wheel. You got out of that race car and talked to him, you swear he wasn't old enough to drive, Larry.
Seen a lot of kids that didn't look like they were old enough to drive. Matt Yoakum?
Well, Larry, that Stuart Kirby is very happy with that number 75 race car. In fact, they were talking under that caution, if they were to pit, they were not going to make any adjustments. But right now, both the top two cars are planning on going the distance at this juncture without stopping. Because of all the yellows at the beginning of the race, they feel like they can go the distance.
Kimmel the leader, Kirby 1.1 seconds back.
I think we definitely had enough cautions they can go the distance. Some of them was close and borderline on doing it should it go green the whole way. The track is continuing to cool down. That's a little easier on the tires, and this track is definitely one of the most weather sun sensitive racetracks we go to. Now the whole racetrack is almost getting shade.
Yeah, the grip should pick up now, and unfortunately for all the wrecks that we had early on, but the track's probably better now than it's been the whole since the race started.
Looking back from Andy Belmont. Wonder if he's logged on. Well, probably somebody in the pit is. 39 laps coming up on the board. Frank Kimmel looking for 4 in a row. We'll be right back. Donnie Richardson, 91, closing in on Andy Belmont. Right behind him, the 83 of Mark Gibson. Richardson looking high. Oh, he's gone.
And collects Mark Gibson.
Oh.
Boy, what a night Josh Richardson has had.
Oh, they may get another car. Just squeaking through there. That's the number 15, Larry Hollenbeck. Close call, Larry.
Boy.
And a bad day for Richardson. There he goes.
That's like the third or fourth incident I think he's been involved in.
Again, we got to remember this is the biggest racetrack he's been at by a mile. No track bigger than a half mile. Just got loose. Nobody really even close to it.
No, he just drove it off down in the corner a little too hard probably, and lost the back end. She come around.
Puts us under caution at lap 42. And that's going to be all for young Mr. Richardson tonight. And Mark Gibson's car came down pit road in a shower of sparks and behind the wall. Matt?
Well, Mike, Mark Gibson wasn't even supposed to be there, but this deal came together this past week. What happened?
I don't know, 91 car. He got roughed up there to start, and I don't know what was wrong. He's holding me up pretty bad getting in, but he had all kinds of motor. I don't know if Ernie's still doing their motors or not, but it's a pretty strong engine. Dunkin' Donuts came on board last Friday, and wanted to come here, and Jim Gardner called him and got a car, and Joe Ryan got me a motor, and we put all this together Monday and Tuesday and came up here, and we had a top 5 car, you know. We got in a scuffle with a 19 car up there. Thought I had a run on him and got under him, and he squeezed me down to the apron and just went downhill from there. But, you know, we had a good car. I thought we had a top 5 car, and don't know if we could have run with Frank and Tim and those guys, but I just want to thank Dunkin' Donuts and Williams Brothers Lumber, Millsap Automotive Group coming on board. I couldn't have done it without them, but it looks like our day's over.
Tough break for Mark Gibson. Dick Berggren?
Well, usually crew chiefs work from pit road, but Bob Schacht right now, who is crew chief for Stuart Kirby, is way up on top of his hauler here in the garage area. What do you see?
We got two spotters. My wife's on top, Patty's up there, and I'm here, and we're just helping them win this race.
And we got the green flag coming out as they come off turn 4.
22 of 44 laps under caution. Tim Steele on the move. He's climbed to 6th after that pit stop, and green is on.
Boy, I tell you what, the 46 car spun his tires. He didn't have them cleaned up good, and he did get a good restart there. He nearly lost the car. Kirby did a good job of jumping out behind him and making the pass.
Definitely looks like he may lose the lead unless he can keep the momentum on the high side here off turn 2.
I don't know. That 46 has got some horsepower, baby.
He is strong.
She strolls down that back straightaway. That thing handles like I like from the handle, right down that straightaway.
And the rookie Kirby allows Kimmel the entry into turn 3.
Look at Tim Steele on the bottom, though. Remember, got those adjustments, 4 fresh tires. He's going to the 4th position here.
That's the red number 16 for Steele.
Well, before that caution, he was really not as fast as the lead cars, but of course he's gained a lot of track position here by virtue of that caution.
Yeah, he was 8 seconds behind.
Now he's working on Lanigan for 3rd place.
I still don't think his car's as good as it needs to be to get up there and challenge the leaders.
Before we went back to racing, everybody had been to pit road except for some reason or another, whether to make adjustments, change tires, or to repair a wreck, except for Frank Kimmel. Also, Kirby had not been to pit road. Lanigan, or also Mike Swaim Jr. So only 4 cars have not been on pit road to make adjustments or change tires.
And there's Swaim 22. His car's given up the handle, climbed the hill, and being passed underneath by Jarrett.
I'm gonna tell you what, I'd run my car slam out of gas before I get behind all these guys. I can tell you that. I'm gonna stay out front as long as I can. That's been about the safest place to be so far.
Mike Swaim Jr., of course, his dad winning the Gooders Dash Championship. He's also Ward Burton's spotter on race day.
And I just believe Kirby. I'd like to. It's going to be interesting to see if he can mount a charge here at the end, because he can hang pretty darn close to that 46 car.
38 cars started, 18 are still running. 20 laps to go for the ARCA cars here at Charlotte. 15 laps to go. Frank Kimmel leading by 1.1 seconds. That is no surprise. He's won the last 3 in a row. The man behind him is young man Stuart Kirby, turned 20 years old a week ago. In 1997, he was #1 in world karting, and at age 17 began in the late models at Nashville Speedway.
Yes, he did. He's impressing me. I mean, he is sandwiched in between 2 of ARCA's finest right now, Frank Kimmel and Tim Steele. He's right there in the middle of them, and making just a great performance here tonight.
Stanton Barrett on the move, just took over 4th place. He's about 5.7 seconds behind the leader.
Stanton's dad, Stan, they called him the Rocket Man.
Right. Drove that rocket car
record out of the Salt Flats. Also run some Winston Cup events back in the early 80s.
Hal Needham,
famed Hollywood stuntman.
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah. Dick.
And he is playing hurt tonight, Mike. He broke his femur badly last winter in a snowmobile racing accident. And just a couple of weeks ago, he had a bunch of screws taken out of his left leg. He is a left leg breaker. That, by the way, was the 35th bone this kid has broken in his body. He is a stunt man out in Hollywood, California for a living.
Tough way to make a living. Almost as hard as driving race cars.
35 broken bones.
Ooh.
Kimmel now 1.3 seconds up on Kirby. Steele closing in on the 2nd place car bit by bit. It's about 3.1 seconds second to third. There's Steele.
Looks like Barrett is closing up on Steele little by little. It's going to be a challenge for that 3rd position here before long, I believe.
He's about a 10th or 2 quicker than Tim Steele.
Steele's car just never has been right tonight, and I think those adjustments he made helped him short term. Car still just not where it needs to be.
Little lap traffic, and Darrell's at a bad place to catch that lap car of Kerry Earnhardt, who's back out from the garage, right in that in the quad oval here.
No, not right through here, but right there where Barrett caught him. It was going down into turn 1. You need to get to the bottom, and he was in his way right there. Probably cost him a little time.